Good morning, YouTube family. Alex here, and welcome to another DIY vlog. I am nervous. I am actually going to make an attempt to make over our kitchen and want to save some money. I want to do it myself. Being a homeowner makes it really hard to spend money on other people coming in and fixing things. The house was built in the 1940s, 1947 to be exact. It's gone through obviously a series of changes over the decades. One area that I think is still stuck in the 1990s is the kitchen. The cabinetry and everything is kind of dated and old. And I think that they tried to update it by adding new hardware, like handles and knobs that are a little bit more modern and polished, but just definitely not my style or not Ricky's style. So the kitchen also feels really enclosed because there are so many cabinets and there isn't a lot of natural light. So we need to lighten it up a little bit and create a little bit more space, or at least make it look a little bit larger so you can style them very differently, and it just makes the kitchen look a lot more open. And eventually we want to really create an open concept in the first floor of the house, but we're not there yet. So this gives me an opportunity to at least add some openness as an element in our kitchen. Now, this isn't exactly where we want to end up, but it's at least a temporary solution until we get the kitchen of our dreams. So so stay tuned. This is gonna be a lot of work, and hopefully I don't destroy. There's gonna be a little destruction, but hopefully I don't destroy the whole kitchen, and I hope it comes out right. So stay tuned. Thank you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. If you like our DIY content, let us know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up, and let's get started. Got one of these cabinets down, and that's behind the wall. That's the back of the wall. Not bad, pretty clean. It's got a little, couple dents in it. But the problem I'm dealing with now is this molding situation. There's some, not mold as in the stuff, the dangerous stuff. But it looks like some crown molding that is attached to all these. So they're just attached through some thin nails. So I can just pull the cabinet off of them. That's what I did with this one. That's how I got it off. But yeah. So one down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus the microwave is another. We'll get to that when we get to it. But yeah, I actually already like it. Barely even started. That's 1-844-471-0033. Welcome, freaking out a little bit because I was taking down one cabinet and then the whole thing, or the whole row, at least from this side over to above the refrigerator, decided to come down, so it's not attached. Which is crazy because that's so dangerous. This whole time it's not been attached to the wall, so it's just hanging there because I was not mentally prepared to pull down the whole thing. I'm gonna still have to separate them individually. But y'all, I cannot believe this whole thing was not attached to the wall. And this is where the above above the stove microwave range was. So just imagine, like, I mean, whoever crafted the kitchen and quite honestly some other parts of this home did so with a hope and a prayer, because I'm shocked that it lasted as long as it did. But just be mindful whenever you're taking down sturdy cabinetry or doing any kind of installs or removing furniture or anything like that, that you check your surroundings for fasteners, for secure or loose screws or anything like that, because it could end up being bad for you. I'm not a professional, like I'm purely DIY, I'm not an expert, and I'm learning as I go. And this was one of my learning lessons. All right, here they are. All the shelves, somehow get them to come pick those up, order a bulk pickup, and they'll come by the house and pick up all that wood. But I have a blank canvas now, or somewhat of a blank canvas. I have to clean up all this junk. A lot of stuff can go in the trash, a lot of stuff we don't need. So that's the good thing about open shelving, is that it kind of like forces you to be a little bit more minimalistic, get rid of stuff that you no longer use or that's like clutter, that's crowding up the space. So I think that's the next step, is we're going to try to clean the space so that it can be usable while I still figure out the shelves. And then after that, we got to fix up the walls. So the walls, you know, obviously have been a little bit roughed up. The walls have some dents in them. We've got some holes that need to be patched. Yeah, so got to fix all of that. And then once all of those repairs happen, then we can get to painting. And then once we get to painting, we'll be ready to install some shelves. We have a party coming up in 2 weeks, and so we have to get all this stuff cleared away before we host our guests for Christmas. So Ricky is going to freak out when he comes home to this. So now we've got the cabinets are all down. Bulk pickup through the city came and picked up all of the cabinets that we tore down, and last night, shortly after taking them down, I cleaned the walls, I patched up all the holes. There were some pretty chunky holes and dents in the wall, so fixed those, and now we're getting to the painting. Also made a trip to Home Depot and I picked up some lumber. So I'm actually, you can buy floating shelves from places like IKEA or some other retailer. I'm actually gonna make the floating shelves myself. I went to Home Depot, picked up some lumber, and I'm going to cut down the size so that we can make the pattern that we want on the wall. And then I also bought, I bought a bunch of rods. These rods are used they go into the wall, into your studs, and you drill about 1/2-inch holes into your wood or the shelving, and you just slide them onto these rods, and they're about 6 inches, so they feel sturdy. I got 2x8s, so hopefully that's enough length. But I'm gonna cut them myself, stain them so that they're the right color, and then we're gonna hang them up on these cool rods. Got these on Amazon. They were hella cheap. I think about $16 for a pack of 8, and they came overnight. They came really quickly. So yeah, about to finish painting, and then once it all dries, and while it dries, I'm gonna get started on cutting the wood into the shelves, the size of the shelves that we want, stain those, and then come back in and probably do another coat before we actually get the shelves up on the wall. So, yep. Alright everybody, so next up in the process for me, and you won't see some of the in-between details, but I have the lumber that we're making the custom floating shelves with. Ricky's actually inside detaching the cabinet doors from the bottom half of the bottom cabinetry, because we're gonna clean, sand, and paint those. I'm outside about to cut the lumber to size for the actual shelves, the width of the shelves that we want, and begin sanding, and gonna apply a stain to those. Set those out so they can dry, and then begin installing those in the house, which gets us closer to where we were when we started this. So So yeah, got my protective eyewear. So we have a bit of a challenge. The shelf, we use those rods to create the illusion of floating shelves, and it's not even. And the wood that we used is very heavy. And I don't know, I mean, it's like a high chance that it's stable, it's fine, but I think that for sense of security and like just to make sure it's structurally sound, we actually want to replace the rods that we used with some actual shelving material. I think they're what, like brackets or something? Yeah, these brackets that we picked up from IKEA, they're metal, and they'll just provide, so the shelf will now just sit on top of these instead of in the actual rods that actually go in the wood. So, which means we have to take everything off of the shelf and then remove the shelf from the wall, install these into the studs, and then put it back. So, you know, trial and error, but it's for the better.
I also think now we kind of know what we're getting into, so it'll be definitely a lot quicker.
We did paint our countertops, our granite countertops, and not just painted, we abraded, primed, painted, and then we're also using an epoxy resin to go on top of the countertops to create the finished shine look that we want, and to make sure that they're protected from dents and scratches and, like, you know, we're ready to use. And I don't want to create a video specifically about that. There are a lot of videos on YouTube about how to make over or paint your granite countertops. I can link a few of my favorites below, but that's the process that we went through for these. So that'll be kind of the final step. But in the meantime, we're going to tackle these shelves and finish painting our kitchen walls, and we'll be back. finished.
Finally finished.
We are finished with our kitchen.
Whew, it feels so good. I feel like we've been working on this for like days. This is probably our longest project ever, but I'm so glad we took our time with this because it really came out how we wanted it to, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, I think it's always good whenever the idea in your head comes to life, and that's exactly what happened with the kitchen. It wasn't super hard. I would say the most difficult part is the prep and the cleanup. We have a better idea of how to prepare this type of project, in particular the painting, which we need to do a better job of avoiding, like getting specks on the ground and on the floor and all that. But yeah, this is it. I mean, this is our kitchen now. It's very simple, it's very clean, and I can't wait to start entertaining a little bit more in here. Also, we went with the white aesthetic because we spend a lot of time in the kitchen whenever we have company and we are eating and having conversation. It's very dark in this room. So we wanted white so that it could brighten up the space, and it would be a lot more welcoming whenever we gather in our kitchen from here on out.
And it's a good transition from the dining room to the living room now. Everything is all one color scheme, and so I definitely like that part.
I don't know what we were going through, when we first moved in. We had different colors for every room, and now it's more of a seamless transition on the first floor. So I think this just shows how people's taste in like interior design and how they want their home to look can evolve over time.
I was just gonna say that because looking back, we were so happy about having different colors and different rooms and everything, but now it just kind of fits to kind of have it all in one seamless type of vibe. So.
Yeah. There's still a lot left that we want to do with the kitchen. So for instance, we need to address the light fixtures. We do have a boob light in the kitchen.
It's not called a boob light.
It's called a boob light.
It is not. It's not a boob light.
It's a boob light. It needs to go away. So we got to fix that. I think we want to change these pendant lights that we have over the bar area. And then, we kept our original silver stainless steel hardware on the cabinets. But we may want to switch it up one day. And then lastly, I know that I want to change the faucet and the sink to a matte black. It's currently that stainless steel, which matches all the hardware and the refrigerator and the stove and the oven. But I think we want to change it to black as well. So more to come in the year, in the months to come. So definitely stay tuned for some more updates to the kitchen space. If you have any questions about how we did anything in particular, don't hesitate to reach out in the comments. Let us know what you think about how we did on this project. If you have any other tips or advice, we welcome feedback on how we could have done things differently or better. So just let us know.
Also, comment down below what you want to see next from us. Like what other projects we got going on. Now we have some on our radar, but let us know what you want to see. We might be thinking the same thing, might not. Who knows?
Yeah. We have a lot in the pipeline. We've made a commitment to just be in this house for a while longer. So now we're having fun making it more lived in and making it feel and look more like how we want it to be for as long as we're gonna live here. So we love doing this kind of stuff. But yeah, next up we have to decorate the kitchen for Christmas. We are having a holiday party very soon, so we got to make this place look a little bit more festive, and that's coming up next. So be on the lookout on our Instagram for some shots of that. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up, and that's it. We will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging on with us. See you next time.
Until next time.